Hi, I'm Joru5. In this episode, we're going to analyze one of the most affordable starter ships available, the Aurora MR. This video is structured in 4 parts: background of the ship, what I like and what I don't, final verdict and what improvements I would make to the ship. Let's begin. The Aurora MR is the light fighter variant of the Aurora lineup, produced by Roberts Space Industries. They were originally released in 2013 in Patch 1 as a hangar-ready ship, and they became flight-ready in Alpha 2.0 in December 2015. Originally designed to be a modular starter, the Aurora became a series when modularity was abandoned. Lore-wise, there isn't much more to add. RSI created this lineup to provide simple, affordable ships to fit many roles, and it's officially stated that it's a descendant of the X7 spacecraft, the ship that tested the very first jump engine, but I couldn't find any official documentation about the X7. What I like. Cockpit. The cockpit of the Aurora bears a striking resemblance to that of the Constellation, to the point that I love to call this ship the Mini Connie. Visibility is great, as well as immersion. Bed. The Aurora is the cheapest ship that has a bed for logging out. This is a feature I personally value a lot, as I love to be able to suspend the game session anywhere, anytime. Additionally, that bed can also function as a passenger seat, making the Aurora the cheapest ship able to access rescue beacon missions. Compact. The Aurora is a compact ship, not much bigger than a C8. This makes the ship easy to fly around and to land in the wild. Low fuel consumption. In the current version of the game, the Aurora has very low hydrogen fuel consumption, which is very good for cheap transportation around the verse. Internal space. The Aurora has an internal space that is very useful for transporting small packages or to suit up your character before leaving the ship. Let's say you forgot to wear your helmet and you landed in a hostile environment. Without internal space, you are forced to exit the ship without the helmet or fly back to a hangar. Also, even if it is not ideal, the internal space could accommodate a third passenger for short trips. External cargo bay. In a recent update, the Aurora got an exposed cargo bay, which is a bit buggy but still practical and easy to operate. Airlocks. The Aurora is the smallest ship to feature airlocks to get in and out of the ship. Today it may not seem a big deal, but I'm sure in the future it will become a much appreciated feature. What I don't like. Far from gold standard. The Aurora has been neglected for a long time and now is far from the gold standard. It lacks access to the components and internal storage. A complete rework will eventually be done, but I doubt this ship is a priority to CIG. Bed without toilet. I know it may sound strange to complain of such a thing given the size and scope of the ship, but whenever a bed is present, the ship steps into the long journey category, which requires a basic set of commodities. Do not miss the improvement section to find out how I would fix this problem. Weapon placement. The weapons installed on the nose hardpoints are clipping into the hull, which is unacceptable for Star Citizen quality standards. This is an immersion-breaking bug that needs to be fixed as soon as possible. You don't want a new player to see that. No rotating seat. The animation of entering the piloting seat is another immersion-breaking element to me. The space to enter is narrow and not viable if you are wearing cumbersome exosuit or a backpack. I don't understand why they didn't make the seats rotate, as almost every other ship did. Stock configuration. The Aurora MR is supposed to be a sort of light fighter, but the configuration is far from fitting into this role. Most of the components are low-tier industrial grade, and 4 size 1 weapon hardpoints don't pack enough punch, especially if only 2 size 1 missiles are available. Additionally, only 2 weapons are installed on the 4 hardpoints available. Final verdict. Before getting to the final verdict, do not forget to like and subscribe to support this channel. If you're a new player, use the referral code on screen and in description to get additional 5000 UEC. Also consider donating on my Ko-fi page. This is a very expensive project and any little help is appreciated. Thank you very much. The Aurora and the Constellation share more than just a resemblance. They are both in need of an urgent update. And I hope for this ship the same fully modular rework I described in my review of the Constellation Andromeda. A modular starter would be an amazing addition to the game. And today the Aurora is the ship that best fits into this role. Anyway, even in the current state, the Aurora is still an enjoyable ship. Compact and pleasant to fly, it's the kind of ship you are happy to use when you just need to go from A to B, enjoying the wonderful sights of the verse. But it's also flawed by too many immersion-breaking elements, such as the weapons penetrating the hull, the lack of simple accommodation despite the presence of a bed, and the narrow space to enter the piloting seat. For all these reasons, my final score for the Aurora is 5 out of 10. If the weapon placement gets fixed, the score would be 6 out of 10. As a budget-friendly starter, the Aurora MR offers more possibilities than the Mustang Alpha. While the latter is better suited for combat, thanks to its larger weapons and higher agility, the RSI starter provides greater versatility and lower maintenance costs. Improvements. For the Aurora, I've defined 3 levels of improvement of increasing effort. Level 1. The most urgent intervention is correcting the nose weapon hardpoints to avoid collision with the hull. Placing the hardpoints externally could do the job. Speaking of weapons, just for the MR variant, I would increase the size of the nose weapon by 1, matching the same potential firepower of the Mustang Alpha. Level 2. The pilot seat will rotate to facilitate sitting on it when wearing a bulky spacesuit. A retracting toilet is installed just below the bed. Pressing the button again will make a small sink appear. The third press will make both retract. Level 3. This is the most radical intervention, aiming to turn the Aurora into a fully modular starter ship. The chassis will have the following configurable parts: wings, central body and front. Each configurable part will have at least a module for combat, hauling and exploration. Players will be able to tune the Aurora to be fully focused on a particular activity or create a mix for higher versatility. Owners of the current variants of the Aurora will be rewarded with a base Aurora and the modules are tuned with the version they possess. I think a truly modular Aurora would be an important addition to enhance the new player experience by making them effective right away when joining any type of organization. What's your opinion about the Aurora? Would you recommend it to a new player? Let us know in the comments. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, check my other Star Citizen content. Until the next time, see you in the verse.